Welcome to Man Talk TV. This is our second episode, and today we're very happy to interview a very good friend of ours and our brand ambassador for Suited Up Manila, the one, the only, Nico Bolzico. Hi, Nico.
Hi Franco, how are you, brother? Good to see you.
Oh, we're doing
You know,
all
sometimes
good.
I have the suits that you made for me, and sometimes I wear them for dinner inside the house, of course.
Well, we have a few
Yes,
questions for you, man. I hope that you could share with us. You had your first baby, Tilan. The first time that you got to be in touch with her, as well as after. I mean, like during this time, does it worry you that our children will be grow up in this kind of a world that we're living in today?
yeah. Before being a father, everyone tells you, "Oh, it's the best thing in the world. It's magical, blah blah blah," and you say, "Okay, yes," but it's truly like that. Once you hold your own baby, once you have your own kid in your hands,
Yeah.
it's something very difficult to explain. I remember the first time I hold Dylan after Solen gave birth. The doctor gave it to me, and I was shaking, crying, and having feelings through my body that I never had before. I think I cried for like 5 hours straight. I think I don't
Wow.
remember the last time I cried before that day.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, maybe I was 12, 11, the last time I cried before Tilan was born. But when Tilan was born, I was crying so much, and today I'm so much more sensitive. Like I cry for a
Yeah.
lot of things that I used not to cry for. You really become
Correct.
much more sensitive. So it's really great, to be honest. I mean, Tilan is
Yeah.
today is the best part of all this quarantine. To be honest, I mean, of course, the quarantine is hard for, I mean, for a lot of people, and
Yeah.
there are people less privileged than others. We are, the most privileged of all of them. But I think if something is really positive about this quarantine is to be able to spend time with her, time that I wouldn't be able to spend otherwise.
Correct.
So it's really crazy, and change not only your perception of her, of your family, your perception in life. Everything
Yes.
becomes that it's a different perspective. Everything becomes about her.
Correct.
So, like for example, I always was very I always wanted to I always work for the environment, right? I'm very pro environment,
Yes.
try to do as much as possible. And now I even 10 times more, because me, I'm going to be dead, what, in, I don't know, 40, 50 years, right? But there is Tilan who will continue. And like all the
Yes.
environment, the bad environmental impact, if we don't do something today, I don't care about me anymore. I care about her. So it's like I'm even more
Correct.
like harsh on laws and all that. So it's really something incredible, to be honest. I'm still thankful and still shocked in a way. Like every day when I wake up, like with Solem we divide a lot the time, because we love to have a long time with Inan. So the
Yes.
mornings it's me at very early morning, and it's still till today. Every morning I wake up and I look at her, and it's still hard to believe that she's my daughter. It's really something else.
Definitely a blessing, I'm sure. The next question, I guess, would be a lot of people are watching your videos and they see, the lightness and the joy that, of your relationship with Solen and Pilan. Could you talk us through that? Like, I mean, now that we have this lockdown, a lot of guys are asking, how is it, how do you deal with your relationship on a day-to-day basis, especially thinking, a lot of these uncertainties happening. How do we deal with this new normal that we are in the house, with our wife, our child? Uh, of course, earlier you mentioned that, we should enjoy their presence here, but definitely the reality is that sometimes we have some conflicts. What advice? How can you, what can you share about that?
Yeah, so with Solem, we also had a very good relationship, very chill. We're very open. We give a lot of space to each other. We trust each other 100%. I think that's key. But of course, there are some times that you're tired, or with this new normal that we are in the house the whole day, you get a bit, you get hit up a bit, and sometimes it might be situations where you like, like you get pissed for things that are really not worth it. So
Correct.
um, my rule is always, listen, you are the man of the relationship, so you have to take it sometimes, right? In the sense of, maybe sometimes we are right and they're wrong,
Yes.
But to be honest, they're always right at the end in the long term.
Always.
So
Always.
what I do, because not everything is nice and beautiful, everything you see in Instagram. Of course, we have our hard times. But what I always said, when we are, even if we have a discussion, we have a bad time, I always counter, never react. Don't be reactive to anything, because being reactive, especially in these situations, it can only take to another reaction, and that reaction will take to another reaction, and at the end of, in a couple of seconds, you are both super upset, and
It's
for
exploded
something
already.
that is worth it. Like maybe it's because like you cannot find the remote control of the TV. Like, no, you lost it. No, you lost it. And like you end up maybe in a massive discussion for the remote control of the TV. So I think it's a matter of breathe, think about it, and be present in what is happening. You know, like don't forget that like this is like we can all get a bit exhausted, or you can get a bit, you know, sometimes even confused being so long inside your house. I've never been in my house for such a long time ever.
More than 30 days. Yeah.
Exactly.
Correct.
And then and the other side, I also take advantage of that, because like you know, you can talk to your couple, you can, you know, plan the future, you know, have the time for yourself that you never have. With Salem, we always complain, oh, we never have time for ourselves. Okay, now we have all the time in the world. So what is going to happen after the quarantine? We're going to complain again. We don't have time for ourselves, but when we had it, we didn't take advantage. So we're really like, you know, we have like we don't have a garden, right? But we have a very small pool, pool like for Tilan that we have in the balcony. And we just, you know, sit down there with some wine and talk and discuss and plan the future and plan whatever we're going to do after all this, planning the first birthday of Tilan, that is January 1. So trying to take advantage. As we take advantage of our time with Ilan, we also take advantage of our time together.
Yes, I think we're blessed in that sense that we're able to do that. And, you know, I think we should take full advantage of the time that we have, because time at the end of the day is the most important thing.
It's the only thing you will not get back.
Correct. Another question comes from, of course, your followers from the Bullied Husbands Club. A lot of them are shaving their heads. You know, these millions of followers of yours. They're asking, how should we cope in this time of the pandemic?
Each of us, you know, we have different ways. But the biggest challenge for me is working out, right? I'm very active. I like to do sports. I like to burn energy. I'm okay not to socialize. I'm okay to, that's okay, but I need to burn energy.
So do you still go out?
Sorry?
Do you still go out? I mean, to run, or just do everything indoors?
No, we cannot run. So what I do, I do 5 exercises indoor. I do squats, push-ups, abs, planking, and burpees. Those 5 exercises on repeat. So I compete with myself, right? So how many of those can I do? So what I do, I do 5 burpees, 10 push-ups, 10 squats, 10 abs, and 30 seconds plank. That's a set. How many times I can repeat that set? So my record right now is 20. Like with the 20 seconds resting in between, right? So at least I
20 rounds.
A little bit. Yes. So simple exercises, you don't need any space. I mean, you need like a very small amount of space. You don't need any equipment. Exactly. And literally you work your whole body, basically. Your whole body is working out there. So at least that keeps my sanity. I really do that a lot. And then I go outside in the balcony a lot also for fresh air. I think we don't realize, but if we stay inside for too long, the air start getting vicious. So even if you don't have a garden, we don't have a garden. We can step out and breathe the fresh air. Because if something is good about all this, is the air is so nice.
Yes, it's no much pollution. Better. Correct.
Fresh, So those are the things I try to do. I drink a lot of water. You know, try to cook and do all those activities that, you know, enjoy while you cook, enjoy while you take a shower. I eat a lot, so my diet is okay. I we have a farmer diet. Farmer basically is beef, is veggies, is fruit. But I eat a lot. My portions is what I cannot control. So I might eat like maybe like 1.5 kilos of meat a day and things like that.
Yes.
So I'm a big
but you're burning it definitely.
Yes,
with the exercise.
yes. So I'm trying to burn it and then I try to plan my day basically like I wake up. This time is for Tilan. This time is for the office. So because I sit down and I'm in the office. This time is to work out. This time is to eat. This time is with Solen. So you plan your day at the end of the day. It's not like one long day that's all the same. No, you can plan because you can still do stuff. Actually, when it comes to the office and to the day-to-day work, I find myself much more efficient. I accomplish much more because I realize in this day, yes, because I realize, of course, we are in agri, so we need to be in the field, we need to be in the plant. There's a lot of things that we do in the office that we you meet up and you do, you talk and you realize that we can do that remotely because we're having meetings, calls, like using Zoom, for example. And we really accomplish a lot of things during the day that before maybe till you go to the office, till you arrive, you take the coffee, you do the chit chat, you talk with this, you talk with that, then you have a meeting. In the meeting you sit down. The first 20 minutes is chit chat. Then you end up realizing that wait, we do a lot of time wasting during the day.
So much wasting of time.
You wake up, you do exactly. You sit down in the computer, it's just you, no distraction. And you go through your to-dos, and you actually do a lot. A lot. I mean, of course, there's to be there. But, like, to be honest, office-wise, I think after all this pandemic finishing, will be a lot of companies that will be comfortable with working from home much more. And I think it will be, because now we are all forced to work from home, right? So we all need to adapt. You use different softwares, you use different organizations. But I think a lot of people are realizing, wait, this works actually. We still do a lot of things that we don't need to do together. And that can be, it can be good for traffic, can be good for people to spend more time with the family, can be good for a lot of things. So, I think trying to see the bright side in the darkness.
Correct. So segueing, of course, from, meals, Bolzico beef and Chingolo deli. And it's had such a warm reception, with Filipinos because of the quality of the meat, How do you intend to continue growing the business moving forward that we have this, new normal?
So basically with the Bolzico beef or with Chingolo, on a partnership with everyone, we're 50-50 there. Basically, I think the first thing we try to do is to bring good quality beef at an affordable price, right? So beef in the Philippines, the good beef in the Philippines, like good quality beef in the Philippines is really, really expensive, right? So with Bolzico beef, we say, okay, let's bring the best beef we know. That is a beef that we have in Argentina, grass-fed and pure Angus. And because we are the traders, we are importing, and we invested in bringing a lot of stocks, we get good pricing. And then we offer it at an accessible price. So a lot of people that before were not able to afford beef, now they can. And beef is the only animal protein that is not massively produced in the Philippines, right? So it's the only one. Like, I wouldn't import anything that is not beef because I'm a true believer that the rest can be produced locally, right? So, and of course, Filipinos love beef. Filipinos love to eat like we do in Argentina. And they love beef. And we're doing the Filipino dish like the beef tapa or beef salpicao that we produce. They were really well received. So it's really, really good. Chingolo was doing really well. Chingolo was fully booked, lunch and dinner every day for 3 months. And if you wanted to make a reservation, you need to wait. It was a waiting list of maybe 11, 12 days. So it was doing really well.
Wow, that long.
Of course, now it's closed.
Yes.
We have to close delivery. But we're doing deliveries. Yes.
How's the deliveries? Okay.
So deliveries we're doing. So we turn the whole restaurant into more of a processing plant where we cut, we pack, and all that. So we're doing very well with the deliveries. We're actually cannot complain. And of course we have 20 people in the payroll, and of course the objective was from since this happened is we're not letting anyone go. We maintain everyone. Even if we
Yes.
have to take the hit, we take the hit. And people was showing up to work and happily working. So no, we cannot complain. The only challenge that we might be foreseeing is because we're running out of stock, so we need to import
Oh,
new.
okay. Yes.
So I'm talking, it's been challenged to send beef from Argentina to the Philippines by plane.
Yes.
So we need to, because the airlines are not pretty much
Oh,
flying.
yes.
And
Correct.
if they fly, they charge you the same amount of the cost of the beef. So it doesn't make sense.
It's quite expensive. Yes.
So we are sending by boat, a container, but it will take
Okay.
45 to 60 days.
Correct.
So we might have a 20 to 30 days gap where we might run out of beef. But
Oh, wow.
it's okay.
But I'm sure
Yeah.
it's going to come soon, and a lot of your followers and a lot of those who love the beef will keep going back. Another question, of course.
Yes.
Another question. We're hosting this event in September. Hopefully, we will be able to have it. The ManCon. We want to support a lot of our Filipino local businesses during that time, especially those that are geared towards men. Would you have any advice for them, especially at this time that we have this pandemic and this challenge? Should they be more aggressive with their businesses at this time, or should they kind of be a little conservative?
Yeah, so first of all, when you have this local business, I'm a truly supporter of local entrepreneurs. I think it's only a few people know the challenge of being an entrepreneur, how many variables you need to manage, and at the end of the day, you are generating jobs, you are generating value, you're building something that at the end of the day contributes to the country. So when it comes to local business and local entrepreneurs, I always said we need to support them because they are the future and they are the engine of the Philippines.
Yes.
In terms of advice, of course, it depends on what kind of business are you in, right? So I
Okay.
think what today is important is to be able to reach your consumer. I mean, I'm talking on how the situation is today, right? Like you cannot
Yes.
say retail, you cannot say anything. You
Correct.
need to work through the online channels.
Yes.
What we do with us with Bolzico Beef, we push, of course, all our sales push online, all deliveries, and we try to control as much as possible the deliveries ourselves because Grab or Lala Move, all these big companies are overwhelmed. Everyone is
Correct.
booking them. So
Yes.
we put our own cars with our own drivers and we deliver
Okay.
ourselves as much as possible, but of course we rely on the others. So as much as you can do something that you can deliver at
Online.
home, that's the way.
Yes.
Yes,
Correct.
if your business is not that type that you cannot reach your consumers by online or delivery, I think at this time what is important is to try to maintain as much cash as possible,
Okay.
and the priority would be to pay your people, to maintain your people as much as possible. Maybe talk to suppliers if they can give you a little bit of I mean, everyone
Some
is being
terms. Yes.
so yeah, everyone is so understanding at this time. Everyone is helping each other. I see it with LMTM, I see it with Vinovo, I see it with Chingolo, with Bolzico Beef. So maybe it's a matter of also talking to suppliers, trying to maintain as much as possible the cash flow in order to be able to cover salaries,
Yes.
and of course pray for this to finish soon. But again, if you can reach your clients through online channels and through deliveries, 100% push for that. Digital is the
Correct.
way also the way to go. If you can make some shift in your business model that you think you can control in order to generate some revenues on a non-conventional ways when it comes to your business model, maybe that's something to do. Of course, try
To
to
explore.
control fixed costs at this time. Besides salaries, try to maintain your costs low if your sales went down.
Correct. Last final question, Nico. We really appreciated your time today. Thank you so much.
No,
I guess, we've seen in your Instagram post that you're supporting Angel Locsin in her drive for those tents, for the hospital. what other advocacies would you like to share at this time for our viewers?
Yeah, so there's so many people doing so many good things, right? And we also been approached by so many different people trying to help. We try to support as much as possible, but I believe it's it's about focusing. We're doing basically three things. We're fully supporting Angel, not only promoting her but also donating. So the Angel helps the frontliners. We're supporting landers. Me and her were landers endorsers, but also always very good in providing food. And this is not for the front liner, it's for the people that is in need. And the good thing about landers is they are in partnership with the army, so they are very well organized when they deliver, and the food really reach these areas that are needed. So that's the second. And the third, Solen and me, we normally buy our own food and we distribute in the community around Bldg, where we live.
Yes.
So we also do that. We bring the food and we give it either to the local government, or we distribute ourselves to our village and things like that. So those are the three things we are focusing on. But of course, I mean, the more we can do, we donate it to other also movements and other people that is trying to help. We, as much as we can, we do. But if we do too much, you don't do anything at the end. So we'd rather focus on that. And I believe that Angel and Landers are the two platforms that we really believe on and we're supporting today.
Oh, thank you so much for your time, Nico. Thank you for sharing this. We really appreciate it. I appreciate your support for Suit It Up Manila. I mean, God bless you. Stay safe, you guys. I hope that this whole thing ends soon.
It will come to an end. So Franco, thank you so much, not only for this, but also for making me part of the Suit Up Manila family. So it's always for me an honor and a pleasure to be part. I repeat what I told you, I'm sweating because I just worked out, so sorry about that also.
Yes, no problem. God bless,
stay
man.
safe.
Yes.
God bless. Enjoy the family. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.